In this video, we'll be looking at how to use the distributive property to solve a linear equation. So these equations look much more difficult than the regular linear equation, but in fact, they're not really that much more difficult. So let's do an example to get you comfortable. We're going to solve the following. 4 times 3x minus 5 equals negative 2 times x plus 8 minus 6x. All right, so in this example, we're looking at a bunch of stuff. It looks pretty complex, but there's a couple things you should remember. If there is no sign in between a number and a parentheses, that means that automatically we should know that the operation here is multiplication. Again, multiplication because there was no sign there. All right, so when you have a number, this is the next thing you should remember. When you have a number being multiplied by some stuff in a parentheses, that means it's being multiplied by everything in the parentheses. And that's our distributive property. We're distributing, or 4 in this case, within those parentheses, multiplying it by both things. Same for our negative 2. We're multiplying it by our negative x, and we're multiplying it by 8. So let's go ahead and do that first step and get that multiplication out of the way. We get 4 times 3x gives you 12x minus 4 times 5 gives us 20. So that is equal to, again we go and we do negative 2 times negative x gives us positive 2x, and we have negative 2 times 8 gives us minus 16. And we had our 6x at the end, so we get that there also. Now, the next thing that we want to do is look through everything on each side and combine our like terms. So here we have 2x and here we have 6x, and those are like terms. So we're going to combine them. 2x minus 6x gives us negative 4x. And again, we just leave our 16 or minus 16 there. We didn't do anything with it. Now, this is starting to look a lot more familiar. So we want our x's on one side, and we want our constants on the other side. And since I like to keep things positive, as I've already said in another video, I am going to add 4x to both sides. And by adding 4x to both sides, it gets the x away from this side and pulls it over to this side. All right, so on the left side, I have 16x minus 20 equals negative 16. We're almost there. Again, so we want the x by itself. And this minus 20 is kind of cramping our style here. We don't want it near the x, so we have to get rid of it. So in order to do that, I have to add it. And whatever I do to one side of the equation, of course, I have to do it to the other side of the equation as well. And we get that 16x is equal to 4. And we are almost there. Right now, we still have that 16 with our x. It's being multiplied by our x, but we don't want anything with our x. So since it's being multiplied, we have to divide it by 16 to get rid of it. But again, we have to do it to both sides. So we get that x is equal to 4 over 16. And if you want to simplify your answer, we have that x is 1/4.